The woman processes externally. So whatever the woman's worried about, that's why she wants to talk about it. Fellas, you have to understand that women process by communicating, by talking. When something's really bothering her, she wants to talk about it. So she's ironing this something. She's talking about these kids are driving me crazy. I can't believe I got to go down to that school again. And I just got after John after them. The reason she's talking about it is not that she wants you to fix it. She doesn't want you to resolve it. She doesn't want you to straighten it out. She's thinking about it. And when a woman thinks, she talks out loud. I know. Now, sisters, let me explain something to you. While you're talking about what's going on with the kids and how it's worrying you and it's driving you crazy and it's getting on your nerves, and you look over at him and he's playing with the remote control, and you look at him and say, that's what's wrong with you. You don't care about nothing going on in this house. It's our kids going to hell and you sitting up there watching a football game. Let me help you with this. Men process internally. The more something, listen sisters, this is real important. The more something bothers us, the less we say about it. When a man is really worried and really upset and really frustrated, this is what he says. Absolutely nothing. Because what you do externally, we do internally. We go in our cave to process issue. And because you think that we don't care because we don't verbalize, you say we are not emotional. I say we are emotional. He cares about it just as much as you do. He just doesn't communicate it like you do. So the problem that you talked to him about on Monday, and he didn't say nothing about it, but kept playing with the remote control and looking at the movies and flipping from channel to channel. Here he comes to you on Thursday and say, I've been thinking about what you said. And by then you done forgot, what are you talking about? Here's the problem. We go inside to process. You go outside to process. Here's the problem though. Sometimes men go in and we can't get back out. And we get trapped on the inside because we can't find a solution. And when a man can't find a solution, he becomes imprisoned. In prison. I want to tell you what's dangerous. The most dangerous thing that can happen to a man is for him to be imprisoned. Solitary confinement. The very first thing that God teaches us about men, he says it is not good for a man to be alone. Look at Saddam Hussein, one of the most corrupt rulers of our generation, perhaps an Adolf Hitler of our time. This man who ruthlessly destroyed and killed masses of people while he ate chicken salad and thought absolutely nothing about it, is brought down to his knees, not by beatings, stabbings, or cuttings. They put him in solitary confinement, and he is about to lose his mind because it is not good for man to be alone. You can take a serial killer, a murderer, a rapist, a man who kills without any thought about it, somebody who can fight. But if you put him in solitary confinement, he starts whimpering like a baby and crying in the night because it is not good for man to be alone. And the truth of the matter is there are men all around this room who went in their cave to process something years ago. Some of them went in the cave in their boyhood trying to figure out why their father didn't stay. Some of them went in the cave over their first wife who left them. Some of them went in the cave over the job that fired them, and they've been stuck in solitary confinement for years. It's because it's not good for man to be alone. And if that boy at 15 or 50 gets locked into solitary confinement, he will become emotionally detached and unglued because he cannot get out. And when a man can't get out, all he does is bring his toys into his cave to keep him comfort in his pain. And it's not the toys that have him addicted. It is the gross loneliness of having no one who understands the dream that died on your way to masculinity. So my sisters, I came to blow the whistle and sound the alarm and tell you that there are men in this room and at your dinner table going to your school. They are your sons, your husbands, your boyfriends, and your lovers, and they are secretly dying in their cave. They are in solitary confinement. They are alone, and they do not tell you because they cannot speak. He is in solitary confinement, and a man can be alone and in confinement and have sex and make love and still be in a cave of confinement. Sex is no sign that he's happy. I was amazed by this woman who told me, she said, Pastor, I cannot believe it. He gave me roses for our anniversary, and 2 weeks later he asked me for a divorce. How could he be happy and 2 weeks later he wanted a divorce? And I thought, what about them roses made you think he was happy? He wasn't happy. He was responsible. He knew it was the day. He's a performer. He gives you what you expect, but that is no sign that he is satisfied. You see, we do what we think you want us to do, but that doesn't mean